One of the biggest questions asked in life is why? And today, I'm going to be answering 10 why questions that girls have about guys. Good day, my fancy friends. My name is TOPNOTCH, and welcome to TOPNOTCH Tuesday, the only day of the week that I will try to answer life's hardest questions imaginable just to see what you guys think of these answers. So, I was actually talking with one of my very best friends a couple days ago. Her name is Shannon, and I thank you because you gave me probably one of the greatest ideas ever for a TOPNOTCH Tuesday. So we were talking, and it came across this topic that there's a bunch of questions, namely the question why. And there's questions that girls have about guys and guys have about girls, and we just question each other's reasons for doing things. So I thought that I would sort of try to appeal more to today to the ladies' side of things and try to answer some of the questions that you guys may have about us that you guys find either weird about us or things that you just clearly don't understand why we do them. And I hope that I can shed some light on some of these questions that you guys have. So I actually have a piece of paper next to me because Shannon sent in the answers to me, but I of course have to use my phone to record, so I took the liberty of writing them down because I'm smart like that. And so I have 10 questions here that I'm going to try my very best to answer for both sides of the guy's argument, because for most of the questions, it's some guys do fill in the blank, whatever. So I'm going to be trying to fill the void for both sides of it, for the guys maybe who are pertaining to this question, and even for the people who don't necessarily pertain to them. So, I'm going to start with number 9 first because I wanted to get number 7 out of the way first. But first I'm going to say that this is simply my view of things, and I try to have a non-biased opinion on so many different things. And while my opinion may or may not slip into some of these, I think for the most part I've got answers that guys would actually consider acceptable for everyone, for every guy anyway. But I just hope you guys understand that I may not speak for you necessarily when I say the answers, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy this because I really hope that, again, I can shed light on some of these weird questions that girls have about guys. So number 7, we have, why do guys put their hand in their pants? And before you guys are like, TOPNOTCH, what the heck are you talking about? More specifically, the question is asking, it's like, why do us as guys use not our pockets as a pocket? Why do we sort of, instead of put our hands in our pockets, we just sort of put it in between, like where the waist area is and the actual pants themselves? It's weird. I hope you can imagine that. It's sort of like, if you're just sort of leaning against a wall and you're just like sitting like that, but you're not using your pocket, you're just using that little part of your pants, okay? So it's not some weird question, it's just why do we use that as opposed to a pocket? So I can't honestly speak for the side that says I do this because I don't do that. I personally find it a little weird, and I never really realized that some guys did it. But I gotta say, I guess it's sort of just because we're guys, and for a lot of the part we may be lazier than a lot of people. I guess it's just to say that we don't want to have to bother putting our hands in our pockets, because sometimes your pockets may be loose and you can put them right in, or sometimes your pockets may be really, really tight depending on what kind of pants you're wearing, and they may not be as easy, so you may just be like, well, forget it, and just bleh. So for that question, it sounded a little weird, but I hope you guys understood what I meant by it. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way before we got to the rest of them. Question 2 on our list. Why do some guys flirt when they have a girlfriend already? Okay, I don't even want to know why some guys do that. That is just unacceptable to me. Why would you? I'm gonna ask the question to some of the guys who may have done that. Why do you do that, okay? I don't understand how you find it acceptable to have a girlfriend and you may say that you love this person, but then you go right out and you do things like try to impress other girls. Just focus on one person. Please, for the love of everything that is holy and good in this world, just please work on establishing a relationship with one person. As for the why do they, I'm going to say that it's because they're insecure. They're not very, they just want to be everywhere at once. They don't want to have to settle down into one spot because they feel like it might limit them to what they can do, to what they're allowed to do. So they might do it in order to try, they might be doing it just try to explore other options, which is, I'm not for this, okay? I'm rambling because I can't find the words. It's just, don't do it. But they do it because they just want to explore other reasons, or not reasons, other options. And that might be their argument, and it's not a good one, but I'm just gonna say that that's probably why they do that. Number 3, how come some guys are afraid to text a girl first? Very, very, very good question. One that I have had to deal with for quite a few years now. So, why are we afraid to text a girl first? Why are some guys anyways, including me? It's because I've just, based on personal experience, I don't want to bother you, okay? I don't want to bother you if you're doing something. I want to make sure that you are the one to say, I'm free. Because when it comes to guys, a lot of the time, we're not gonna care if we're being bothered because we have the attention span of a moth, okay? We could be working on a car 1 second, next thing you know, we're off jumping off of our roofs because we're stupid. That's just how guys are. So why don't we text? We want to know that you guys aren't going to be bothered by our texting you first. And for some people, for some girls, they may not care that they're bothered either. Girls may want to be bothered to know, but it's that I'm gonna say that we're trying to be courteous most of the time because we don't want to bother you. So by all means, you guys can be the ones to bother us because it's not like we have anything better to do anyway. Number 4 on our list. Why do guys act different around the girls they like? Again, another very, very good question. One that probably every guy has to attest to saying yes, that they act different around a girl that they like or girls that they like, whatever it may be. Why do we act different? Again, as you guys know, we're just stupid people, okay? We may say that we like to be ourselves most of the time, and for some people, we even are ourselves most of the time. Look at me, I'm on the internet being a dummy because that's what I like to do and that's who I am. So, why do we do it? We might think that it's just, I think that we just think that it's going to impress a girl, and as I've touched on in a video before, we need to learn to be secure with ourselves. We need to learn that not everyone's going to like us, so that we need to just be who we were created to be. We need to just be ourselves, because the real people are going to like you when you're yourself. So, I'm gonna say that it's for impression reasons, because that's mainly the gist of what people acting different around people they like, girl or guy, is essentially going to be for, is just trying to make an impression on somebody. Number 5, why is it hard for guys to share how they feel? We're guys, okay? We're guys. That's the simplest answer I can give you, is that we're guys. So people expect us to be tougher than we may act sometimes. Instead of being a bubble-blown baby, we're supposed to act like we're all tough and stuff and that we know what we're doing, when in reality we know nothing. But why is it hard for us to share it? We don't want to be seen as being weak, is essentially what it comes down to. And while that may be a hindrance to a lot of people, because they may never actually get to express it, including myself, I wish I was a little more open sometimes, but I'm just gonna say that the short answer is is that we don't want to be seen as weak. Moving on to number 6. Do you guys like nicknames? Examples of babe, baby, etc., etc. You guys know the gist of relationship nicknames. All the good stuff that goes with that. So, do you guys like nicknames? I'm gonna say it's a 50-50. 50% may say that they don't like the names because it may seem childish. And the other 50% that I'm gonna be on is gonna be, yes, I would like nicknames. Because I have a couple nicknames, with my name being Xavier, okay? I have names like X, Professor X, X-Man. I have all sorts of nicknames, but those are just generalistic. So when it comes to more relationship nicknames, I'd have to say that, honestly, it would be a little cooler to be on the side of yes, I would like the nicknames, because it just makes it a little more personal. I don't know how you guys view that. It just seems like they're actually interested. I don't know. You don't have to have nicknames. But I'm just gonna say that it's a 50-50% thing that some guys do and some guys don't. On to number 7. How come guys let their friends influence the type of girl they date? That's another very good question and a very deep one at that. So, I'm gonna have to say that I'm guilty as charged of this, because in the past I've had friends say that such and such likes you or whatever, and so I let my feelings as to what they said influence me a little bit into my decisions. I'm going to say, why do some guys let their friends influence? I'm gonna say it's because they maybe don't know themselves as well. They don't know really what they want yet, so they're just trying to sort of explore, I guess, the things that they may be interested in a girl. I don't know, that's as basic as I can get for this answer. It might take a little more time to think about that one after the video's over, but I'm gonna say it's because that guys probably just don't know what they want yet, and they're just trying to sort of learn, I guess. Number 8. Why do guys pick on girls when they like them? Haha, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about, because it's sort of obvious. So some guys I've seen, they just love to mess with the girls that they like, or maybe that they're dating, you know? It's just how we are. If we're comfortable around a person, you can expect that we're going to mess around with you. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're going to be making fun of the people. My best friend, I talk to them, and I can sometimes just poke them, okay? You know, just what I mean by poking is being annoying on purpose sometimes, just because I know that we're good enough friends that they're not gonna hate me forever. It's just that we're comfortable around a girl or something, so we just find if we're comfortable, we're going to show that we're that's just how we show that we're comfortable with the girls. We're saying, okay, we're good enough friends or whatever that I'm just gonna mess with you because I know you're gonna not hate me to the day I die. Number 9, another good question. Why are guys different when texting than in person? This question is quite good because it fits in with our culture and our modern technology and whatnot. I'm gonna say that it has to do with your being comfortable yet again with whatever it is. Personally, sometimes I've felt it's easier to say things or be my crazier side in a message, and not have to worry about the facial expressions people are gonna make when you send something. You don't have to worry about them just looking at you like, why do you even sometimes? I would say that in our culture it's more typical and more common to have a phone and to text everyone, whereas before you just had to either see them in person or call them and your voice still had to be heard. So, I mean, if your phone is glued to your cheek and you just can't do anything but look at it every 5 seconds, you probably have a problem, but I'm gonna say it has to do with, again, being comfortable. But as guys, we need to take back our manlyhood and actually work up the nerve to talk to girls, okay? Challenging all of you. Perhaps the biggest question that every girl thinks about is number 10. Why can't can speak, how come guys can't pick up hints? We're guys, okay? Another short enough answer is that we're guys. Maybe for me at least, I do pick up on hints sometimes, and I don't want to be blatant about asking questions because I might already know the answer to it. I just want to be sure, okay? It probably most of the time has to do with we may already know the answer to these hints that you may be dropping, and you may think we're not picking up. But I think that a lot of the time, at least for me, I do pick up on the hints. I just want to make sure about what the hints that you're dropping. I want to make sure of the answer before I confront you about it, or not confront, that sounds a little harsh. Before I ask you about it, because I don't want to assume something and then guess wrong. And sometimes the hints are obvious, and the people who can't pick up on those, you need to learn to process things better. You need to learn to think. But I think that it has to do with maybe a lot of guys know what the hints are. Sometimes maybe guys don't care enough, and that's a problem, or simply put, we do know, but we just don't want to assume things or whatever. So it sounds sort of vague, it sounds a little odd, it sounds like a guy answer, but I'm just telling it how it is, being a guy myself. But anyways guys, that was another Top Notch Tuesday with my insightful information as to how guys function. So I hope the ladies at least understand a little better how us as guys work. If you have to rewatch the episode in order to sort of get some of these answers, that's perfectly okay. But later on, me and Shannon were talking about doing something where maybe I ask the questions of how or why girls do what they do, and why they do this thing, why they do whatever. So that's probably going to be something we can look forward to. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Top Notch Tuesday. If you did, drop a like below. Smash the like button today, because this is a more insightful Top Notch Tuesday than the past weeks have been. But anyways, as always, have a top-notch day, and I'll catch you all later.